In this video, I'm going to show you a faster way to build a Shopify store using AI and how you can go from nothing to a ready-to-sell store in a short amount of time. If you're trying to sell on Shopify right now, the hardest part isn't Shopify itself, it's everything you have to do before you even launch. You need a store, design, products, pages, descriptions, apps, and if you've never done it before, it can feel like a lot. So the real question becomes, how do you actually start selling on Shopify without getting stuck building everything from scratch? I'm Erin from Shopify Mastery. Let's get into it. The problem with Shopify. Shopify itself isn't the problem, it's everything that comes with starting. You have to pick a niche, design your store, find products, write descriptions, set up pages, install apps, and make sure that everything actually works. That's a lot, especially if you're new, and this is where most people get stuck. They either overthink it or never launch, so instead of replacing Shopify, what we're doing here is removing the hardest part, starting from zero. If you don't have Storebuild yet, make sure to use our link below to get started. Step 1, pick a niche. So once you land on Storebuild, the first thing you'll see is the niche selection screen. This is one of the most important steps because everything your store is built around starts here. You'll choose the category your store focuses on, and this could be clothing, pets, tech, home, or fitness. If you already have an idea, go with it. If you don't, there's an option to generate ideas for you, and this is helpful because most beginners get stuck trying to pick the perfect niche, and you don't need to be perfect, you just need direction. So once you pick your niche, click next. Next, you'll choose your store colors theme, and this might seem small, but it actually plays a big role in how your store feels. Colors affect trust, branding, and how professional your store looks. You'll see different options and you can preview them instantly. Pick something that matches your niche, and if you're unsure, go with something clean. You can always change this later inside Shopify. Step 3, pick a banner image. Next, you'll choose your main banner image. This is the first thing people see when they land on your store. It sets the tone for your entire site. Storebuild gives you pre-made banners that match your niche, so you don't have to search for images. So just pick one that fits and move forward. Step 4, AI builds your store. So this is where things get interesting. Once you've made your selections, Storebuild AI builds your store. This includes your layout, structure, homepage, and key pages. So you don't need to design anything manually. You just wait a few seconds, and this is what saves the most time. Step 5, your store is ready. So once it's done, you'll see a confirmation screen showing that your store is ready. From here, click Claim My Store Now, and this doesn't publish anything yet, it just moves you forward. Step 6, create your Shopify account. Now you'll create your Shopify account. Even though Storebuild builds your store, Shopify powers it. So you want to enter your email, set your password, and continue. You can skip setup questions. You don't need to customize anything yet. You'll also see Shopify's $1 per month offer. And if you haven't built your store yet with Shopify, you can definitely use our link below to get started. Step 7, link your Shopify store. All right, so once your Shopify store is created, you'll connect Shopify to Storebuild. So this transfers everything into your actual store. Copy your Shopify admin URL and paste it into Storebuild. Once connected, everything syncs. Step 8, add winning products. Now it's time to add products. Storebuild integrates with Zendrop to help automate product importing. Instead of manually adding products one by one, you can bring them in faster. This is where your store becomes something you can actually sell from. How to choose a product that actually sells. At this point, your store is set up, but the product you choose is what actually determines whether you make sales or not. Not every product is going to work, and this is where a lot of beginners go wrong. They pick something random or something they personally like instead of thinking about what actually performs well online. The easiest way to think about this is to look for products that solve a problem or grab attention quickly. If someone can understand what the product does within a few seconds, it's much easier to sell. Another thing that helps is choosing products that are already being shown on platforms like TikTok or Instagram. If you're seeing a product repeatedly, that usually means there's demand behind it. You don't need to overcomplicate this part. You are not trying to find a perfect product. You're trying to find something good enough to test so you can actually move forward. What selling on Shopify actually means. So now your store is built, and this is where things start to shift. Selling on Shopify isn't just about having a website sitting there, it's about having something live that people can actually visit and buy from. A lot of beginners make it harder than it needs to be by trying to perfect everything before they start. In reality, a store just needs to function. As long as there are products, a clear way to purchase, and everything works properly, that's enough to begin. The rest gets figured out as real people start interacting with it. How you actually start selling. At this point, the focus becomes getting people to your store. That's That's really what selling comes down to. One of the most accessible ways to start is through short form content like TikTok, Reels, or Shorts, where products are shown in a simple, natural way. This works well because it doesn't require money upfront, just consistency. Another option is paid ads, where traffic is sent directly to the store, which can work faster but usually involves testing and budget. There's also the longer term approach of building content and growing an audience over time. So when it comes to selling on Shopify, it's less about the platform itself and more about how people are finding the store, what your content should actually look like. If you're using short form content to get traffic, the way you present your product matters more than anything else. Most people don't want to watch ads, they want to see something that feels natural. So instead of trying to sell right away, focus on showing the product in use. That could be a quick demo, a before and after, or even just a simple reaction to the product. The goal is to make someone stop scrolling and understand what they're looking at within a few seconds. You don't need high production, you don't need a perfect setup, you just need clear, simple videos that show the product in a real way. That's what actually drives clicks to your stores. How you turn visitors into sales. Getting people to your store is one part of selling, but what actually matters is what happens once they land on your site. This is where most beginners lose sales without realizing it. When someone clicks onto your store, they're deciding within a few seconds if they trust it or not. If the page feels confusing, slow, or unclear, they are going to leave. So the goal isn't just traffic, it's making sure that your store converts. That usually comes down to a few simple things. Your product page should be easy to scan. Someone should be able to land on it and immediately understand what the product is, what it does, and why they would want it. Your images should clearly show the product, not just look aesthetic. And your call to action, like the add to cart button, should be obvious and easy to find. Another key part is removing hesitation. Things like shipping times, return policies, and product details should be easy to find. When those are clear, people feel more comfortable buying. What most beginners do wrong. One of the biggest patterns with beginners is spending most of their time building instead of actually trying to sell. It's easy to keep adjusting the store, changing small details, or adding more features, thinking it will make a difference. But that usually delays progress. A store doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be live. So once people start visiting, it becomes much clearer what actually needs to change. What to focus on first. In the beginning, keep things simple. Your product page should clearly explain what the item is, why it matters, and how to buy it. Make sure your store works well on mobile, since most traffic comes from phones. And then focus on traffic, because without visitors, nothing else matters. Getting your first sale. First sale is usually the hardest one, not because it's complicated, but because everything is new. You don't know what is going to work yet, and it can feel like you're just guessing. But the goal at the beginning isn't to build a huge store or to scale right away. It's to prove that someone is willing to buy. That might come from posting a few videos, testing a product, or sending some traffic to your store. Once that first sale happens, everything changes. You start understanding what people respond to, what catches attention, and what actually makes someone click and buy. From there, it becomes easier to repeat and improve. So instead of trying to build everything perfectly before you start, focus on getting to that first sale as quickly as possible, because that's what turns this from an idea into something real. Why this is different from traditional Shopify. When compared to building a Shopify store from scratch, the difference here is mainly in how much time and effort is saved at the beginning. Normally, setting everything up can take hours or even days, especially when you're learning everything for the first time. But with this approach, most of the initial work is already done, which makes it easier to move into the part that actually matters, which is selling. Shopify is still being used, but the starting point is much further ahead. Other Shopify alternatives. There are other ways people build online stores, and each one has a slightly different approach. Wix is known for being very beginner-friendly with its drag and drop design, while Squarespace leans more towards clean, polished templates. WooCommerce offers more control, but it's also more technical since it runs through WordPress. All of these options work, but they still require building everything manually. What makes this method different is that it skips that part and creates the structure first, so the focus can shift towards improving and growing the store instead. The real decision. So when it comes to choosing the best option, it really depends on how much time and effort you want to put into building upfront. If full control and customization matter more, then building everything manually can make sense. But if the goal is to get started faster and avoid getting stuck in setup, then using something that builds the foundation first is usually the easier path. Most of the time, the biggest issue isn't choosing the wrong platform. It's never getting to the point where the store is actually live. Best way to start, simple breakdown. If you want to start as quickly as possible without overthinking everything, using a tool that builds your store for you is usually the easiest path. It gives you the structure right away and helps you get live faster. If you want more creative control, Wix or Squarespace can work. If you want deeper control, WooCommerce or building directly on Shopify is an option. But for most beginners, the best choice is the one that gets your store live. If you want to try this, you can use the Storebuild link down below. It builds the foundation for you so you can focus on actually selling instead of getting stuck setting everything up. I'll also have Wix, Squarespace, and WooCommerce linked below if you want to compare. Simple breakdown what to do after this video. So if you're watching this and wondering what to actually do next, here's the simplest way to approach it. First, use a tool like Storebuild to get your store live as quickly as possible. Second, choose a product that's easy to understand and has some level of demand. Third, start getting traffic, whether that's through short form content or testing ads. And then from there, focus on improving based on what you see. That's really the process. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about getting something live and building from there. At the end of the day, selling on Shopify isn't complicated. What makes it hard is getting started. Once your store is live, everything becomes clear. You start seeing what works, what doesn't, and what actually needs to change. And once you use something like this, it's hard to go back because you realize how much time was going into things that didn't really move you forward. If this video helped, make sure to like and subscribe to support the channel. Here we break down everything Shopify step by step. I'm Erin from Shopify Mastery. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.